for all my real estate investors. So if you are a real estate investor and you desire to own your own landed property, you desire to build, you desire to buy land, to do more investment in real estate, this video is for you. And I want to say to you that in these next 4 years, greater things will happen in your family. I'm just super excited to launch this news to all real estate investor. Yes, I always look for real estate opportunity for all my investor in Nigeria and diaspora. Yes, the work is about to commence right now in Dangote refineries. The first crude oil to be launched out right now. So this is the best time to buy landed property in Lagos, especially Ibejuleki and Ekpe. So watch this video to the end as I give you latest updates on Dangote refineries.
Dangote Petroleum Refinery will export fuel to 53 countries in Africa as part of its efforts to boost Nigeria's foreign earnings. Chairman of Dangote Group Alhaji Aliko Dangote has said. He disclosed in his remarks at the 650,000 barrels daily Dangote refinery in Lagos. He added, "Overall, we are committed to operating our plant in line with international best practice. Recognizing the importance of protecting the environment, we have adopted stringent environmental, health and safety policies to ensure that the refinery operates in a safe and sustainable manner." He also said Nigeria is to receive first premium motor spirit, PMS, also called petrol, will hit Nigeria's local market by end of July and beginning of August this year. He said the facility has a capacity to process 650,000 barrels per day of crude oil, plus 900,000 tons of polypropylene in a single train, which is the largest in the world. "We have selected the best plants and equipment and the latest technologies from across the world." He also said that the country's coastal location and offshore loading and offloading (SPM) facilities with a capacity to receive all its crude oil supplies and evacuate up to 75% of liquid products, which offers the facility direct access to the rest of Africa and the global market for exports. In addition, 80% of the refinery's production can be discharged through trucks nationwide. He explained that the group's huge investment of over $18.5 billion in the oil and gas industry has been prompted by the desire to support and contribute our quota to the federal government's sustained effort to transform its economy and position the country as the leading nation in Africa and a respected member among emerging economies in the world. This commissioning ceremony is just the beginning of a great journey, a milestone in a new and exciting trajectory for the downstream sector of Nigeria's oil and gas industry. It is our firm commitment that we will replicate in this sector what we have achieved in the cement and fertilizer markets, where Nigeria transited from being the largest importer of these products to a net exporter. The Dangote refinery is an oil refinery owned by Aliko Dangote that was inaugurated on the 22nd of May 2023 in Lekki, Nigeria. When in full operation, it is expected to have the capacity to process about 650,000 barrels per day of crude oil, making it the largest single-train refinery in the world. The investment is over $19 billion. Nigerian businessman Aliko Dangote unveiled early plans for the refinery in September 2013, when he announced that he had secured about $3.3 billion in financing for the project. At the time, the refinery was estimated to cost about $9 billion, of which $3 billion would be invested by the Dangote Group and the remainder via commercial loans, and begin production in 2016. However, after a change in location to Lekki, construction of the refinery did not begin until 2016 with excavation and infrastructure preparation, and the planned completion was pushed back to late 2018. In July 2017, major structural construction began, and Dangote estimated that the refinery would be mechanically complete in late 2019 and commissioned in early 2020. According to Reuters, citing sources familiar with the project, construction was likely to take at least twice as long as Dangote publicly stated, with partial refining capability not likely to be achieved until 2022. An associated project at the site of the refinery, a urea fertilizer factory, was scheduled to begin operation in late 2018 and produce about 3 million tons of urea annually. In 2018, the project was expected to cost up to $15 billion in total, with $10 billion invested in the refinery, $2.5 billion in the fertilizer factory, and $2.5 billion in pipeline infrastructure. In July 2022, Dangote, Nigeria's richest resident, had to borrow 187 billion naira, about 442 million United States dollars, at 12.75% RESP. 13.5% PA, to complete the refinery. Fitch Ratings noted that the refinery's start date has been postponed 3 times in 4 years and feared diminished investor confidence if operations do not begin in 2023. At the same time, all of the 4 refineries of the state-owned oil company NNPC, in Kaduna, Port Harcourt and Warri, are idle and expect to process crude oil again in 2023 after revamping. In January 2023, the completion of the refinery's power plant was announced. The refinery is situated on a 6,180 acres, 2,500 hectares, site at the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lekki, Lagos State. It is supplied with crude oil by the largest subsea pipeline infrastructure of the world, 1,100 kilometers long. When fully operational, it will provide 135,000 permanent jobs in the region. The Dangote oil refinery will have a Nelson Complexity Index of 10.5, which means that it will be more complex than most refineries in the United States, average 9.5, or Europe, average 6.5. The largest refinery in the world, the Jamnagar refinery in India, has a complexity of 21.1. The Nelson Complexity Index basically increases with the number and capacity of chemical procedures after the distillation, e.g. hydrocracking, NHT, CCR, RFCC, polymerization, etc. Among others, the refinery will run these refinery processes. With a single crude oil distillation unit, the refinery will be the largest single-train refinery in the world. At full production, the facility will process about 650,000 barrels of crude oil daily, transported via pipelines from oil fields in the Niger Delta, where natural gas will also be sourced to supply the fertilizer factory and be used in electrical generation for the refinery complex. This corresponds with 50 million litres, 13 million US gal, of Euro V quality gasoline and 17 million litres, 4,500,000 US gal, of diesel daily, as well as aviation fuel and plastic products. With a greater capacity than the total output of Nigeria's existing refining
Ibejuleki and Ekpe, give me a call. Let me help you. I have over 10 estates that you can put your money, you can part your money with for investment purpose, and you will be in massive profit. So I'm waiting for your call. Thank you.